think I'm missing something.
That is not supposed to look like that. The Welcome back, everyone. Today is officially the first hunting video of 2022. We're very excited for this year. Dad got one on the board last year. I got one on the board last year. Now it's Marilyn's turn. And we start that work today. We start setting up for hunting season here all the way back on June 10th. Now, usually I would have started, 4 to 6 weeks ago, and we would have sprayed these food plots with 2,4-D and glyphosate. We would have sprayed them, waited 2 weeks, sprayed them again, and then we would have planted buckwheat. However, as well as that tactic works, out here what we realized is we'd have to use an electric fence because the deer absolutely hammered our buckwheat, and it ended up not working how it was supposed to work. So I've given up on the buckwheat out here on our food plots. They've grown plenty well, just throwing into the weeds that exist. Now, that's with a caveat. If you plan on just throwing into the weeds, you can absolutely do it. It will work. I promise you. I've done it 4 times now, and it's worked every time. However, what you have to make sure is that you can see the ground. If the weeds are so thick that those seeds cannot contact the soil, it just won't work. So you have to make sure that if you are going to throw it into the weeds, you can see the ground. Now, with that being said, some of these sections of food plots, that wasn't true. So what I did today was we just put some glyphosate in here. I didn't do 2,4-D, just glyphosate. And I sprayed each of the food plots that you couldn't see the ground. Now, my goal isn't to completely kill everything. My goal isn't for this to be dirt in a couple weeks. It's just to thin it out. And I think it's going to work really well because I'm not going to kill everything, but I should kill more than half of it, which will open up that ground space for the end of July. So that's our goal here. That's been our goal for the last couple years now, is that last weekend in July is when we aim to put our food plots in. But we need to thin out these weeds a little bit. So that's what we did today. I'm kind of talking in the present and past tense right now, but we're already done. I just got a little bit of glyphosate left, so I'm respraying some of the stuff we've already done. So our number one goal, our number one effort today was getting these food plots sprayed down with glyphosate, and we're done with that. Check the box. Goal number 2 was to go over and help out on another property. What we did over there was we found it's really woody there, but we found a spot where the sunlight can probably shine more than half the day. That's what it looks like. That's what it seemed like. So we went in there, we took my tools, we weed whacked it down with the metal blade, got everything cleaned up. We raked it so we could see dirt. And for this year, we just threw some clover in there. So we had a clover mix with some chicory in it. We threw that onto the dirt and we sprayed with the glyphosate, everything that was currently living. Hopefully that works out. The second thing we did over there, they had already done all the hard work of opening up the food plot and getting to the dirt. We planted more clover and chicory there as well. So the great part about putting something like that in right now is you have time to rescue it if it doesn't work. So come mid-July, late July, if nothing's really growing how you like, you can go in there and we can get a we can get a turnip plot in pretty easily. So doing clover, chicory now for them to get those food plots really started growing, getting the weeds out of there. It could turn into something amazing. If it ends up not growing exactly how we want, we'll go in there, we'll throw turnips in this year, and I think it'll work. So that was the second thing we did today, and that was awesome, being out on that property again. If you didn't see the hunt, you can click here. We had an awesome time out there filming a first buck get taken, so that was awesome. Now setting up for future success, we're getting those food plots in. Thing number 3 we did today, I don't know how much I want to talk about it, because I don't know if it's gonna work. Like I had just got done saying, if you can't see dirt, it's probably not gonna work. Regardless, I still threw some, it's not switchgrass, but it's a blend that supposedly grows 7 to 10 feet tall in 60 to 80 days. I threw that in 2 sections out here behind us to block off some viewing angles, if you will. We put one right on the property line to block off all the road and highway and everything. We blocked that off with a good, 4-foot strip. And then another 40, 50 yards closer, right in front of the food plot, we laid another 4-foot strip. And that wraps all the way around what you see behind me here, all the way up to the woods again. So we can get in and out of that tree stand behind me without being seen, if it grows. Now, with that being said, I will update you exactly what I did if it works. So come here mid-July, late July, that stuff's already, 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall. I will absolutely update you guys on exactly what I used and exactly what I did. But for a rough outline, it's the same process. I threw it in the weeds, I rolled it over, and I sprayed it. So here's to hoping that one works. But I have a feeling it's gonna fail, and that's okay. We got in here late this year. We didn't do exactly what we needed to do. That it wasn't ever gonna be a permanent plan. We're gonna get some trees in here sooner or later, really block off that highway. But for now, we figured we get something planted that's tall and not food. And that, ladies and gentlemen, really wraps up the day. That is everything that we accomplished today. I have a little bit more glyphosate, so I'm just gonna run around, spray some of these trails that are a bit overgrown because we haven't been driving on them this summer, and finish off this so we can get it cleaned out. But ladies and gentlemen, it's hunting season. It's here. Like 2022 started today. We'll be back out probably 3 more times, specifically for food plots, at minimum 3 more times, before we really get going on the hunting season itself. The next time I come out for food plots, we'll probably get the trail cameras in. So look forward to Trail Camera Tuesdays. And with that said, make sure you are sending anything you guys like to share. I'll say it as I always say it. It's completely anonymous now, so you can just send your photos in. I don't say names, anything like that. In the chat, if you want to talk about it and talk, say, hey, that's my picture, we do that. But otherwise, I just take all the photos I get in Sgtoutdoors1@gmail.com. Send them here if you can. And we just go over them, and we do it live. So it's a lot of fun to communicate directly with you guys and talk about what you're seeing, what I'm seeing, and really hopefully help each other throughout the season. So make sure you're sending all and anything you would like to share to Sgtoutdoors@gmail.com. Our first Trail Camera Tuesday episode won't be till like October, but if you got some stuff you want to share, make sure you're just sending it over week by week, and that way that first episode we have is a long one, and it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm rambling. I am just so excited to finally be back out in the woods. I put it off this spring because of our failure last year. Maybe one of these upcoming years we'll invest in some electric fences and do the buckwheat, but for now, I am just, oh man, the joy it brings me to be out in the woods again. So anyway, rambling, said it 4 or 5 times now. If you're new here, you better get used to it. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, we'll see you in the woods.